Baby, my name is Ross Mandel, a.k.a. Superman. I'm coming to you live from Mammoth Studios at 5-Star Entertainment in Boca Raton, Florida. I'm coming to you uncut, unedited. I'm unfiltered. I'm so uncensored. I'm entirely unrehearsed with the exception of the opening. And yes, I am still. I am under arrest. Isn't that the Superman pose? Now, come on. It took us 15 minutes to figure out what is Superman pose. What was his pose? More powerful than a speeding bullet. Faster than a locomotive. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just carrying on a little bit. I'm feeling a little giddy, a little tipsy. We're having a little fun. I have been up to my eyeballs in stuff, taking care of a family. I've got little children, a wife. I've got 4 dogs. I'm under arrest. I'm fighting the government. I'm preparing for trial. We're filming these webcasts almost daily. We're filming a TV show. I have a special event coming out very soon that we're producing and filming and editing. And so last night the wife looks at me and she says, "You're Superman." That's why I married her. Steffi, you're the greatest. What can I tell you? You know, it's just like so much happening in my life, so much happening in your life, I have to say. And if you're watching this, it's you're with me. We're on the same plane. And this morning I get up and I'm putting on the TV, and what do you see? What's the first thing everybody sees? What's everybody asking me? What's on every news show? Egypt, the Middle East, Jordan, Tunisia, Yemen, the price of oil, how this is going to affect the United States. Well, I got news for you. There's already incidents by the Suez Canal. The Suez Canal was a transport. You know, it's a little body of water that allows oil to flow from that part of the world, the Middle East, towards the West and other parts of the world. And then you have the Straits of Hormuz, which, if they were to be closed or even affected, a gallon of gasoline be $100. You wouldn't be able to fill up your car. Now, if you're a hater in the Middle East, an extremist, if you're willing to blow up buildings with airplanes and kill people and torture people and poison people, set people on fire and kidnap people, you certainly be willing to block a waterway and force the lights all over the Western world to go out. That's a big fear. The price of oil is climbing. You know, the government's on TV, a lot of experts and analysts saying, nah, what are you worried about? It's really not. There's really no inflation. All I know is every time I go to the supermarket, the prices are going up. Every time I go to fill up my car, it's getting a little more expensive. The prices of everything are going up, and it's harder to make the same dollar today than it was yesterday. I mean, do you feel that way? Or am I the only guy in the world that feels this way? I promise you, this is what's happening. The world is changing quick. Wake up, America. Let's get in the ball game. We got to take some action. We got to do something because our enemies are over there. And whether the rioting in Egypt is for democracy and for proper reasons or not, we got to be on top of this situation, or else we are behind the 8 ball and we're in trouble. Who do I mean? I mean, we're in trouble. Me and you and our children and our children's children and our neighbors and our friends. And the people that are in charge of everything, guess what? They're going to bail. They're going to bail out. They're going to be okay. They got plenty stashed. Believe me. I know. So it's up to us, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure we understand what's really happening and that somebody's going to do something, or else we're going to have to call on. I just had to try that, you know. Shoot me. Go ahead. They've tried everything else. New York Post. Today is February the 3rd. Confessions of a Kept Woman. Confessions of a Kept Woman. I must confess, this morning with my coffee, I went right to that story. Great story about a very attractive brunette, 18 years old, growing up in Connecticut. It's boring for her. It's slow. Moves right to Manhattan and decides she's going to date older men in exchange for lifestyle. She's not a prostitute, mind you, but she wants to have affairs with married guys and does for 20 years or so, 10 years or so, and she writes a book about it. I mean, this chick's my hero. It's not for me, it's not for my children, but guess what? She knew what she wanted to do. Apparently she did it. Apparently she didn't hurt anybody while she was doing it. It gave her a lifestyle. Ultimately she met a guy that she fell in love with, and she claims that she was very open with him. And she married him, and she has 2 kids, and she's now living happily ever after on Long Island. Only in the New York Post, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta love this. This is a great story. I recommend it. I should get a sponsorship from the Post. Now, just yesterday or the day before, I said, isn't it lovely how Lindsay Lohan has come out and she's worried about Charlie Sheen? Everybody's worried about Charlie Sheen. Lindsay said he's in trouble. He better clean up his game. I'm laughing. Last night, I go home, my little 10-year-old girl, Skylar, goes, Daddy, did you hear about Lindsay Lohan? I got excited. What's with me, ladies and gentlemen? I got to tell you, what's with me? Lohan, behold, looks like Lynn's collar herself with hot bling. For those of you who don't know this story, in 2008, Lindsay was filmed wearing this beautiful, cute fur jacket, which was stolen the night before from a fancy club called 10AK, New York's hot nightclub. And some supermodel, New York supermodel, reported it stolen. In fact, somebody even said they thought Lindsay walked out with it. And when Lindsay was approached by someone in management and some publicist, she said, absolutely not. And so about a week later, Lindsay was filmed wearing that exact jacket. The supermodel went to the police. They went to the California police, and they said, we're going to arrest you. And Lindsay coughed up the jacket and said, it was a mistake. What are you talking about? What is this? Shit happens. It's not me, it's you. It's not me, it's you. Yesterday, Lindsay Lohan is filmed wearing a particular necklace. Nice necklace. The last time anybody saw this necklace, it was in a jewelry store. Where I think it's Santa Monica, California. And the store footage, the security footage in the store showed Lindsay wearing it. Next thing you know, it was missing. When they approached Lindsay Lohan's people, I said, what are you talking about? What necklace? Yesterday, she's filmed wearing said necklace. Where's the U.S. Attorney? Where's the FBI? That's right. They're looking at me. Can you imagine? So she's wearing the hot necklace, which all of a sudden today was returned by her assistant. And the only statement to come out of the Lohan camp is, it's not me, it's you. It must have been an accident. My assistant forgot to return it. You gotta love this stuff. I mean, this is crazy. How many kids do you know that went to prison for this kind of thing? How many people have marks on their lives? Guilty, felony, misdemeanor, convictions, theft, shoplifting, lying to an officer. Go to jail. Not if you're Lindsay Lohan, baby. Look at that. Can you imagine? And she's worried about Charlie Sheen. At least he pays for his hookers. At least when he orders his suitcase of cocaine, he pays for it. The coke dealers don't have to go to the cops and say, hey, this guy stole my blow. He's honestly breaking the law. So guess what? Lindsay is all stressed out about Charlie. She's still lying. She's acting out in very inappropriate ways. This gal needs help. She's not sober. She's not clean. This is just not an indication. Now, speaking of Charlie, I gotta say, I'm depressed over it. Charlie's madam called up the frantic hookers and said that they should hide his coke stash. Yeah, the frantic madam. I mean, what a good woman, huh? She's telling her girls, her working girls, to hide his coke stash lest the truth get out about Charlie. This guy's got 1 million pages on Google. If you just punch in the word cocaine, it comes up Charlie Sheen for like 1 million pages. Apparently, Casey Jordan and a few others, favorite porn stars, were called by their madam, and they said, listen, all that coke, you gotta hide it. Whatever you can't stuff in your pockets, you gotta hide it so Charlie doesn't get in any trouble. I like that. I mean, the whole free world, and probably half of the rest of the world, knows this guy had a ton of cocaine in his house. The hospital has it in his records. I mean, why should he get in trouble? I mean, 2.5 Men, $2 million an episode, CBS. I love CBS. What a great network. Guess what? You're starting to get a feeling that there's like some people that get prosecuted and some that are just above the law. I just want to ask if anybody sort of gets that message. Lohan stealing. Sheen is just whacked. And, I know guys that are in prison for years because they have some cocaine. That's terrible. That's friggin' disgusting. Okay? Now, we got to give props to the madam. She told the hookers to do the right thing, and the hookers did, and then everybody told everybody. So I don't know what good that's all going to do, but all I know is nobody's gotten arrested, nobody's got charged, nobody's gotten perp walked. Exactly. I mean, can you just imagine how I feel? It's crazy. What can I say? They claim in Egypt that the government sent soldiers in and policemen dressed as civilians on camels. And they're causing damage undercover. And there's a lot of flare-ups at the Suez Canal now, which is a big threat because it's governed by Egypt. It's a leading source of their revenue. Food and other major things come in there, not just energy for the West, necessary items to live. I am very, very nervous about what's going on in this world. On a small note, when you look at Lohan, you look at Sheen, it's funny. But it's like pathetic. It's so pathetic it's funny. What's going on with our justice system, our legal system, what's allowed, what's not allowed, who gets prosecuted, and who doesn't get prosecuted. Yeah, I didn't get any TARP money to bail me out. Too big to jail. Okay. Companies lose hundreds of billions of dollars. Nobody gets in trouble. And they prosecute me. And they tell you, he's a bad guy. But don't worry, we got your back. I just want to say on a macro scale, you got what's going on in the Middle East, and you have what's going on in our governments. It's frightening, ladies and gentlemen. And I just want you guys to know that in the absence of a Superman, it's up to you. It's up to you and it's up to me to make this right. My name is Ross Mandel. I have a website, rossmandel.com. I'm on Facebook. That's Ross Mandel, SSL. My personal email is ross@rossmandel.com. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Unless you're going to start emailing me kryptonite. I'll take them, and I'm very grateful, and I'm very humble, and thank you for the privilege of watching me and sharing your comments and your time. I'll see you guys tomorrow.